I praise God, our Father, the only true, loving, living, literal God, the Father of Jesus Christ. Thank you, friend, for joining me today. Thank you so much for your prayers and support. It is March the 7th, 2024. Before I read to you today's message, I would like to invite you for a word of prayer. Our Father in heaven, holy indeed is your name. Thank you that we are able to see and hear and feel and experience the fulfillment of prophecies. May we be faithful until death. I pray in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Let us open our Bibles today in the book of Mark, chapter 2, verses 27 to 28. The King James Version Bible, Textus Receptus, the majority text, manuscript, has this to say. And he said unto them, the Sabbath was made for men, and not man for the Sabbath. Therefore, the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath. Ellen G. White, Spirit of Prophecy, Volume 2, 1877, pages 193, 194. Ellen G. White wrote in her original Great Controversy series, and I quote, nothing so distinguished the Jews from surrounding nations and designated them as true worshippers of the Creator as the institution of the Sabbath. Its observance was a continual visible token of their connection with God and separation from other people. All ordinary labor for a livelihood or for a worldly profit was forbidden upon the seventh day, according to the fourth commandment. The Sabbath was dedicated to rest and religious worship. All secular employment was to be suspended. The works of mercy and benevolence were in accordance with the purpose of the Lord. They were not to be limited by time nor place. To relieve the afflicted, to comfort the sorrowing is a labor of love that does honor to God's holy day. The work of the priest in connection with the sacrificial offering was increased upon the Sabbath. Yet, in their holy work, in the service of God, they did not violate the fourth commandment of the Decalogue. As Israel separated from God, the true object of the Sabbath institution became less distinct in their minds. They grew careless of its observance and unmindful of its ordinances. The prophets testified to them of God's displeasure in the violation of his Sabbath. Nehemiah says, in those days saw I in Judah some threading wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves and lading asses, as also wine, grapes, figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals. And Jeremiah commands them, take heed to yourselves, and bear no burden on the Sabbath, nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem, neither carry forth a burden out of your houses on the Sabbath day. Neither do ye any work, but hallow ye the Sabbath day as I commanded your fathers. But they heeded not the admonitions of the inspired prophets, and departed more and more from the religion of their fathers. At length, calamities, persecution, and bondage came upon them in consequence of their disregard of God's requirements. Ellen G. White, Spirit of Prophecy, Volume 2, 1877, pages 193, 194. I truly appreciate your prayers and support for this ministry. Thank you so much. May God our Father continue to bless you, and his only begotten divine Son, Jesus Christ, be gracious to you now and forever.